Can you imagine a world without the freedom to express and explore ideas on the internet? It seems almost unthinkable today, doesn't it? But cast your minds back to the early days of the internet, a time of uncharted digital territory where rules were scarce and freedom was abundant. A time when the internet was seen as a wild west of ideas and information, a boundless frontier where anyone with a connection could share and access information at the click of a button. Back then, the internet buzzed with a sense of excitement and optimism. Many saw it as a tool that would democratize information, break down barriers, and promote freedom of speech on a global scale. It was a brave new world, a world where knowledge was no longer a privilege, but a right. As we reveled in this newfound freedom, little did we know the challenges that lay ahead. But as the internet grew, so did its restrictions. The dawn of the internet was a time of unbridled freedom, a wild frontier where information was shared freely and openly. But like any frontier, it was only a matter of time before the law arrived. In nations across the globe, governments began to see the internet as a double-edged sword. On one hand, it could be a powerful tool to educate, inform, and connect their citizens. On the other, it was a potential threat to national security, political stability, and cultural preservation. Countries like China, Russia, and Iran started implementing strict internet regulations, creating what is often referred to as the Great Firewall. These digital barricades serve a variety of purposes. In some cases, they are designed to suppress dissent and maintain political control. In others, they are put in place in the name of national security, blocking access to foreign websites that are considered a threat. And in some instances, they are created to preserve cultural identity, filtering out foreign influences that are seen as detrimental to national values and traditions. However, these restrictions have a profound impact on freedom of speech and privacy. Censorship restricts the free flow of information, stifling innovation and creativity. It can also lead to a climate of fear and self-censorship, where individuals are afraid to express their views or access certain information for fear of reprisals. Moreover, in the digital age, privacy is increasingly seen as a fundamental human right. But heavy-handed internet regulation often involves surveillance, data collection, and invasions of personal privacy. This can be deeply unsettling for individuals, knowing that their every click, every post, every search is being monitored and recorded. The rise of internet censorship is a complex issue with no easy solutions. Balancing the demands of national security and cultural preservation with the rights to freedom of speech and privacy is a difficult task. But what is clear is that the internet, once a free and open space, is becoming more regulated and restricted. And so, the once free and open internet started to look more like a walled garden. Despite these challenges, the fight for internet freedom is far from over. Around the globe, a digital resistance has emerged, a collective of individuals and organizations determined to uphold the principles of an open web. These activists, tech visionaries, and freedom fighters tirelessly advocate for our right to access and share information freely, defying censorship and resisting control. They are the guardians of the digital realm, the defenders of our online liberties. From the streets of Hong Kong to the offices of Silicon Valley, they're pushing back against oppressive regimes and corporate overreach. Governments like Estonia are setting the standard, championing e-residency and digital freedom. Organizations like the Electronic Frontier Foundation are spearheading legal battles against digital rights infringements. This fight transcends borders and cultures because it's not just about technology. It's about fundamental human rights. The battle for internet freedom is a battle for the very soul of the internet itself. So, what does the future hold for internet freedom? The question hangs in the air as debates around internet regulation and the potential futures of internet freedom continue to swirl. Some predict a digital utopia where the free flow of information empowers individuals and fosters global understanding. Others, however, envision a dystopia where governments and corporations exert control over what we see, hear, and say online. Through these diverging visions, one thing remains clear: the importance of public participation. We, the netizens of the world, must engage in these discussions, challenge the status quo, and fight for a free and open internet. We must resist attempts to quash dissent, to surveil without cause, to censor without justification. Remember, The internet does not belong to a handful of powerful entities. It belongs to us all, and its future should be shaped by us all. The future of the internet is in our hands. Stand up for internet freedom. Don't let the voices of the many be silenced by the few.